There's a saying that when you don't have challenges, you don't grow. But as we have challenges, you grow. Name is Tente, LHDA Chief Executive. With the ongoing paradigm shift regarding state-owned entities like LHDA depending on the government fiscus, then we realized that LHDA has to find alternative ways of continuing to be a living organization. Coming to the element of the horizon, usually we were used to doing 3-year rolling strategy, but then we realized that our projects tend to take a longer period, and in so doing, for us to realize the impact of the new vision and the goals of the strategy, we need to extend it to match the lives of our project. So that's why we went for a 10-year strategy. What is different is the level of emphasis on certain goals. We have currently 5 goals. The first one being inclusive access to water and electricity. The key change in that element is inclusiveness, where we're saying, whilst we are known as being an organization that captures and transfers water to South Africa, but by bringing in the word inclusiveness, we also saying we have the obligation to supply Lesotho with raw water as well. Goal number 2 talks about conservation and restorations of the ecosystems. They are part of the environment. As the rain falls, they hold the water. That water is sifted out, and the impurities then remain in the wetlands. That's their natural way of cleansing that water. And as we store that water in the dam, then we are able to transfer water of the highest quality to where it's intended to go. The third one is the key one, which is improvement of the livelihoods of the people of Lesotho. The aspirations of our parties is improvements of the lives of the people of Lesotho and South Africa. But in terms of our jurisdiction as LHDA, our mandate stops at the border between the 2 countries. That's why our strategy says improvement of the lives of the people of Lesotho. Fourth one is commercialization. Due to the financial constraints, government not having enough funding to cover its obligations, we felt as LHDA we need to look at other alternatives and reduce our reliance on subvention. So we had to now look at opportunities that are created by the environment that we work in. And that's why we felt that there is opportunity for LHDA to generate money to be able to sustain itself, to sustain its own activities. The final one has to do with governance as well as management capacity. That is the pillar of all those 4 that I spoke about earlier. If we don't have good governance, we have issues of corruption, then we would not be able to fulfill the other key goals that we spoke about. Usually we are known as LHDA to be selling water to South Africa. That is not the case. Our core purpose is mainly to improve the socio-economic situation in Lesotho, as well as to improve the livelihoods of the people of Lesotho. So we've lifted that element out to say the issue of generation of electricity or transferring water and gaining royalties out of that. Those are the means to an end. The core purpose is really has to do with the lives of the people of Lesotho and South Africa. We've realized that we have this unused area, which is the water surface. So we are now venturing into opportunities created by the environment that we live in. We have a lot of sunshine. We can draw from that solar energy and produce electricity. So over and above producing electricity through the force of water, which is hydroelectric power stations, now we're venturing into producing electricity through solar radiation. We are in the throes of now packaging together opportunities of putting together solar farms on the existing dams that can generate enough power to put into the grid. And as we put that power into the grid, for communities that we have affected and are closer to the area, we are going to find and engage with our partners like LEC to say, how do we then can subsidize their electricity tariff, so that because they've lost their source of energy, trees and the likes that used to grow in the valleys. So now we need to provide alternative means for them to have access to energy. The other one has to do with tourism. We previously used to contract out our lodges. We have our lodges at each and every site where we've worked on. This time around, we're feeling as LHDA, we're gonna find a way of now partnering with those who are in the hotelier business or running it ourselves. Like currently, Mohale Lodge has been run by LHDA, solely run by LHDA on our own for the past 7 or 8 years. And during that period, the lodge is able to break even, when previously when we had contracted it out, it was making serious losses, and we had to cover the shortfall over and over. It is quite amazing when you look at the journey that LHDA has taken through. Personally, I was part of the phase 1 program, even though I was in the learning stage at that point in time. But there is nothing as fulfilling as having to see something drawn on paper and realizing it taking its own life and becoming a reality. We are a development organization. I would like us to be known to be a development organization.